Capitalizing on massive trends that are only going to continue growing is a brilliant way to build a sustainable long-term e-commerce business. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you an idea through this case study of a one product store that is doing $1.5 million per month. Now, this concept that I'm about to show you, we're going to actually break the whole thing down in terms of marketing, branding, and sourcing even. And it's something anybody could do. Of course, it takes a lot of work. It's not like an overnight thing by any means. Building any business online takes some work. So if you're a very lazy person with no drive, this is probably not going to work for you. But even if you're mildly lazy and driven, this could probably work for you. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I got some data here pulled up just to show you some proof of what I'm talking about. $1.5 million per month off of 1.5 million monthly visitors, 500K a month monthly visitors actually. And the brand is called youlike.com. Now what they do is they sell this one laser hair removal product. It's a laser hair removal product. This is a massive trend that is only going up more and more. Girls don't want to be ripping their hair out with wax or shaving it all the time, which is kind of annoying. They want to remove it via lasers because it's the easiest, most painless way to do it and the most long-lasting way, I believe. I'm not an expert here. I got plenty of hair, but I believe this is how it works. If you're a girl out there, then you may know a lot more about this. So that actually gives you a huge advantage to create a business like this. And you may be thinking, man, this looks so complicated. This just looks like some high tech. You probably need to be a genius to create something like this. But the truth is, you don't. You can actually find this literal product, this exact same product on Alibaba.com for $18 to $37 with a minimum order quantity of 2 pieces. So you can start your business with literally $70 and sell this exact same thing, or at least a very similar model. And guess what? They're selling it for $329, which is insane. So that tells you a lot about the niche. Now, I'll share more about sourcing and all that stuff a little bit later down the video. But first, let's just break this down because it's quite simple. It's a really, really simple landing page, but it's super optimized. It's fast. It has some benefits right away at the top. This is important for your website. You want to list a few benefits right away when people land on your store. So keep in mind, most people will be using the mobile view. They're going to be using their phones. So as you see, as soon as they land, boom, 3 benefits: 90% hair reduction in 4 weeks, visible results, sapphire ice cooling and UV filter. This is kind of like a feature more than a benefit, but they're putting the benefits right at the front. And then they got a big discount right now. This is a really good idea because they can actually run this for the whole 4th quarter, right? Not just Black Friday. So super cool. And then they get into the specifics, but they don't even get into more specifics. They first talk about how many people use the product. 4 million happy customers. That's insane. I mean, at this average order value, that's like $500 million basically. But I don't really think they've actually sold that many products. It's probably just talking about, actually, maybe they have. I don't know. But either way, I think what this brand has done extremely well is marketed the product correctly and put a big emphasis on branding. I mean, again, it's not the product necessarily that's so revolutionary. It's more so the branding, right? The images, the gifts, it all looks so luxurious. They're using some, like fashion magazine models. It looks like these women all look like they're models, and the quality is like so HD. It just makes you trust it. It makes it feel luxurious. So they can justify the price tag of $300. And that's kind of the thing. This is so genius right here. Cheaper than shaving, effective like a laser. This is some brilliant marketing, especially in these times of uncertainty when people are expecting a recession. Technically, we are in a recession, I believe, but obviously we haven't seen the worst of the effects of a potential recession. And at the same time, you can't really bet against the productivity of humans, right? Especially in the US. It feels like more and more things that are happening with AI and things of that nature. So it's we're in a weird time where it's like we are in a recession. The dollar is decreasing in value because of inflation, but we're producing a lot more than ever before. People are making more money than ever before, etc. But there's also more debt than ever before. There's like a lot of things going on. That's why we got to stay focused here on building a business and not really worrying about all that other stuff. but you can use that stuff for marketing. And as I just mentioned, this is just such a genius way to market right now. Look at how much people will spend in a lifetime on laser hair removal. $64,000. That's so much money. So Ulike is only a $320 investment, and it's actually $60 off right now if you use a code. So you see, this is so brilliant. And of course, they have an FDA clearance, which is really important. You don't actually need an FDA clearance to start selling, but I will say, you're navigating risky waters if you're just selling products that could potentially harm somebody without having any sort of knowledge on whether or not it works or whether or not it's harmful to people. So of course I'm showing you this, but there's a ton of disclaimers that I got to put on here talking about, you got to make sure the product is safe, maybe test it out yourself, etc. I'm not a lawyer though. I'm just me. I help scale these kinds of businesses. This is what we do at Akemi. That's my company. And actually, I will say, like I told you, this will cost you $70 to order this, but you could just get a sourcing agent. For example, in the Akemi Lab, we have a sourcing and shipping tab, and we have a guy in China that has 9 years of supply chain experience sourcing products for the members. So that's a great benefit of Akemi Lab. And he would definitely be able to source this product, I guarantee you, and probably with more, even cheaper prices with the same quality. So you could even start this with drop shipping, and then you should use the link in the description. You guys don't seem to know about that link, but it gives you $1 a month plan for 3 months. That's pretty insane. So if you use that, you can also find the link. If you don't want to use the first link in the description, you can use the link on akemilab.com in the announcement bar to get that $1 a month plan. So you have 3 months to make this work, right? And if you order this, let's say you ordered it just from this Alibaba seller, it's probably going to take 2 weeks to ship realistically, maybe even less if they're using DHL. But that's pretty fast. And then you can start making TikTok content around it, potentially even getting it on TikTok Shop after you start your Shopify store, because you should connect TikTok Shop through Shopify. There's an integration. It's this one right here. It's literally just called TikTok on the Shopify App Store, and it will allow you to integrate your TikTok page to your Shopify store and your TikTok Shop to your Shopify store. So you can have it all in one place and go crazy with it. Now, of course, we went over the branding here. We went over the sourcing a little bit, but the way that this brand is generating so much traffic and revenue is through meta ads. So this is, again, what Akemi does. This is my main focus, really, is building an army of incredible media buyers, the best in the world, so that we can continue to help businesses grow with performance marketing. That's what it's called. And the reason it's called performance marketing is because it's a data-driven approach based on performance. So let's say this ad right here, we're spending $10 on it and it's making back 30. Theoretically, we could spend $1,000 and make back 3,000. You get the point. But maybe this ad right here, we're spending $20 and it's making 100. So that's a 5x return on ad spend, right? So theoretically, we should be able to spend 10,000 and make 50,000. This is how performance marketing can work. It's of course easier said than done, but it's an amazing skill to build. It's the skill that our company focuses on the most. And now that we have an incredible team on it, we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of sourcing, manufacturing, and really building products, because that's kind of the next step. Now we know how to blow up any product, but now the hard part is finding actual good products. So this one to me is actually quite appealing. I was hesitant to show it to you guys because I almost wanted to use it for ourselves. But to be honest, it's the fourth quarter of the year. We already have enough businesses we're involved with. So I decided, let me pass this off to the YouTube family. They deserve some love. But as you see, they're running a lot of different image ads showcasing the price of the product and the savings. This is like some napkin math right here. It's actually a genius type of ad if you think about it. And yeah, tons of images, tons of story format ads like this. These are actually the kinds of ads that seem to perform the best these days, even above UGC style content. But this is why it's always important to test, because you just literally never know. You can make assumptions all you want, but until you spend money on an ad creative, you're not going to know whether or not it's going to perform well. Even if you think it's the most perfect creative of all time, it may not pan out how you expect. Personally, that's what I love about performance marketing, because it kind of takes the second guessing out of it. There's just data. I mean, we can make theories all we want, and I love making theories. I mean, that's kind of my role at Akemi Lab, is kind of crafting these theories, thinking about, ways to balance out Amazon with Shopify, ways to balance out Google with Meta, ways to balance out TikTok organic with paid ads. These are the things that I focus on. And of course, like the vision of the business and the growth of the business. But the best part about it is once you actually get to test these theories and once you actually confirm that they're true. So I feel like I went off on a huge tangent in this one, but you know what? That's what my channel's about. I talk about whatever I want, and that's what's so amazing about it. That's why I love it. Hopefully, though, it gave you some sort of idea. It planted some sort of seed in your brain for, growth, personal development, who knows, maybe just business knowledge and growth. And even though I said these types of ads perform better than UGC, again, take that with a grain of salt, because sometimes UGC will perform better than those ads, and they are running a bit of everything. They have all kinds of ads, even like super high quality ads with really high production value. So test everything. And I mean, it's no surprise to me that they're doing 1.5 million a month with the amount of ads that they have currently active. And that's really what it takes. That's why you need a team for this, right? There's just no way you're going to be able to do this on your own while managing an entire business. You need to start delegating. Delegation is probably the most important step in business growth, and it's the one thing that has really allowed my business at Kemi to thrive in the last year and build a really good reputation and work with some incredible brands. I don't talk about all the brands that we work with because we like to keep everything super confidential. I already know, even though there's like maybe 2,000 people that will watch this video, they're all like business owners basically. So that could compromise some of the things that we're doing for clients. So it's actually important that we keep confidentiality very, very high. Some people may look at that and think it's disingenuous, but you can think whatever you want. It's just confidential so people don't ruin the progress that we're making for these brands, the profitability, etc. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, there's a ton of links in the description, a ton of tools and interesting things that will help you out. So you don't need to wait for my videos in order to actually start making progress in your business. But I'm going to continue to make these videos to be a source of inspiration, a source of ideas in this world. Even though there's so many things happening all the time, it's important to stay focused on your goals, on your personal journey, because let's be honest, no one else is going to put in the work for you. It's going to be you. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.